But for this one as well, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals, guys, this is down to 1.5 at DraftKings in favor of the Chiefs. You can still find a 2.5 if you want to take Cincinnati over on FanDuel to pretty much the rest of the industry out there. Cincinnati took money and took money quickly. When we look at this one, Adam, this opened 3. That 3 did not last but minutes, and those 3s were instantly gone. I know one of the big groups out there put out a release on Cincinnati at 3. We know Cincinnati has had a really good history against Andy Reid and this Chiefs team, and then we keep talking about these teams and their arcs over the course of a season. There's, I think, no doubt whatsoever that Cincinnati is on the upward arc when it comes into this game against the Kansas City Chiefs. You get Jamar Chase back, and even without Jamar Chase, guys, I go in and I chopped up the season here to factor in the games in which Jamar Chase was out for the Cincinnati Bengals. The number 1 team in the NFL EPA per play on the offensive side of the ball, the Cincinnati Bengals, with Jamar Chase out. The number 1 offense DVOA in the NFL over the last 4 weeks with Jamar Chase out, the Cincinnati Bengals. They were getting it done without him. And oh, by the way, Adam, they play defense too with DJ Reader back out there. I get why the money came in on Cincinnati. I'm probably going to pass because I think that it's probably appropriate at this point. Maybe some sort of end game for me on Cincinnati if the Chiefs come out and score quickly or something like that. Maybe that'll be a look for me.
Yeah, don't, to me, just look blindly at this game and look at the 2.5 and say, oh, automatic teaser leg, right? Because we're looking at a total of 53, right?
Yeah,
and so those points are a little sketchier when we're out all the way to 53. It's a pass for me also, Matt, because I think for me, this is the game where I find out, is Kansas City really that much better than everybody else in the league, right? We spent so much time talking about how is anyone truly good this year. They can go out and handle Cincinnati and handle them outside a teaser leg, then they're probably that much better than everybody else. I'm not sure of it quite yet. Frankly, I was looking at the Rams last week at 16 and thought to myself, is Kansas City really a team that's going to blow anybody off the field quite like that? Well, let's find out. Let's find out how they're going to be against Cincinnati. Again, you might want to bet it live, right? Like they might look great, and you think to yourself, okay, yeah, I'm willing to lay more than a field goal with them if they go out and score quickly. But you mentioned a lot of good things about Cincinnati there. The return to Jamar Chase can't be overstated. I'll lay off this thing at the start.
Yeah, this is an end gamer for me, Steven. I think if I can get the other side of a field goal with Cincinnati, like I said, if the Chiefs get the ball first and go down and score and I can get the other side of a field goal, I think that's going to be a live play for me, an in-game type deal. We talk about Jamar Chase coming back. DJ Reader coming back was the big thing last week. If you saw what they did to Derrick Henry and the Titans, like if you can't run on Cincinnati now at this point and they just have to and they can actually just kind of sit back like we were talking about, that this like shell defense that Patrick Mahomes – look, they figured it out to some extent, but it still does not allow them to function and run the offense like they want to. And the big problem with that has always been, well, you can sit back and you do all that, but you allow teams to gash you with the run. DJ Reader last week, at least against the best running back in the NFL, certainly didn't allow him to get anything done either. So fascinating matchup, fascinating game. Dare I say that it was a benefit for Cincinnati to have to play the last 4 weeks without Jamar Chase leading into a game like this and get Jamar Chase back. Like, you figured out how to win without him, and now it can only get better with him back in there.
I think this spread is just fascinating to me because typically when you see the Chiefs at less than a field goal against anybody other than the Buffalo Bills, it gets gobbled up and it isn't less than a field goal for very long. And I know the Chiefs are on the road here, and it's not the same as when they hosted Buffalo earlier this season, and Buffalo was I think a 2.5 point favorite in that one. But it's just a very interesting matchup here with the Bengals on their 3-game winning streak. My concern is a big step up in class here against the offense that they're going to face in this stretch of the 3 games that they won. They played the Carolina offense, the Tennessee offense, whatever. And they gave up 30 points to the Steelers offense, which is a bit of a red flag for me when you're going to face Kansas City now. And what is interesting to me about the Chiefs offense at this point is that they're starting to find a run game. And I think they're starting to have Patrick Mahomes recognize defense, and when there's a lighter box, being totally okay with running Isaiah Pacheco, the 7th-round rookie out of Rutgers, against those lighter boxes. Because no matter how you split the advanced metrics, the Chiefs are at or near the top offensively, most notably with the passing game. But for most of the season, they've been a below average rushing offense. But since Pacheco has taken over the past 3 weeks, the Chiefs are top 10 in rush success rate in that span. So this is a big discovery for them if they can be multifaceted now offensively. And I'm not convinced that the Bengals defense is good enough to stop them over the course of 60 minutes here. Now, I will also admit, I think the Chiefs defense is average at best.
Yeah,
so
it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Especially when you have the offense that you have on the other side. So
it's fine. Yeah.
I mean, this to me feels like an expensive price on Cincinnati if you want to back them here. That's just my opinion. And I agree with Adam. The Chiefs are the last team that I ever want to tease up against because they are them and the Bills are the teams that are most likely to win by double digits against anybody.
Oh, yeah. That one was wiped off for me instantly. Cannot wait for those two games for sure. Like I said, I'll be looking in game there on Cincinnati if I can get on the other side of a field goal.